From the combined crew of blindandroidusers.com and accessibleandroid.com, it's time for your favorite Android podcast. Kick back now and enjoy another fine episode from these fanboys and gals as they navigate Android from a blindness perspective. And now, here's your crew. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 273 of the Blind Android Users Podcast. This is the last episode for February. That is, we're recording today, Saturday, February 28, 2026. Coming up in this episode, we have the following lineup. We've got announcements, followed by Android Basics, where we talk about Android 17 Beta 2, and we conclude this week's episode with our spotlight. We're talking about the Samsung Galaxy S26-series. For the well-being check, Sally, let's get started with you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great here, but these days it's really cold over here. It's no snow, but rain and cold. It's like 3 degrees Celsius, almost going down below zero, but it's very cold indeed. So staying home, not going anywhere on this weekend, and so glad to be here. And how are you?
I'm doing good. And, we also had a little bit of rain earlier in the week and all of that. But you know what? It got very nice here. Believe it or not, I think we got up to like 52 degrees or somewhere in there. I sat outside. So nice. The breeze is a little chilly, but it was nice to see that wonderful sunshine coming through. Later on in the night, so of course it falls to like 30 degrees, 29 degrees, whatever. But during the daytime, it was great. I think that was yesterday. It was the best day ever. Karen girl, what's going on with you? Got some winter fruits coming out on there. What do you have?
Well, it's strawberry time. I had strawberries yesterday, and I'm doing well. It's okay. Actually, it's cold, kind of a cold. Actually, it's about 10 degrees to 11 degrees, something like that. It's not like what Saleh has, the 3 degrees Celsius. Here we consider this very, very cold. So yeah, but everything's going well. Just following the recent developments and hoping that things will stay calm this time here. And okay, it's okay. Until now, everything's okay.
Now, wait for a minute. How in the world do you have strawberries in the wintertime? I mean, you guys grow strawberries in the wintertime in Lebanon? What's going on, girl? Give me the lowdown.
Yeah, we have them. Actually, it's not the natural, like it's not those greenhouse.
The greenhouses. Yeah, so
they put strawberries in greenhouses as well, as far as I know. So because I'm not sure if strawberries are actually grown in greenhouses, or they call it something else for strawberries. Well, strawberries are grown here in winter.
I'm still enjoying my oranges.
Well, that's old-fashioned.
No way.
Yeah, I kind of like oranges.
Me too. Yeah, they will never get old.
But strawberries kind of reminds me of summertime, late springtime, and all of that.
I love those days. And
bring on the sunshine.
Yeah. Some really good times. You know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly. And a little squeeze there, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And now, the announcement segment. This is a segment dedicated to things we want you to be in the know. And now for this week's episode, here's your announcements. We now turn on to the announcements, and we kind of sad today because our friend John Dyer, who's not here with us today, lost his dad on the 26th, and that was February 26th on Thursday. And so our condolences to John, and would like you to keep John and his family in your prayers, that God will be with his family as they go through this difficult time of life. It's not an easy thing. And so, John, our prayers are with you, and the podcast crew want to say condolences to you, and we're thinking of you. Sally, Karen?
Absolutely. This is one of the hardest moments in life, where we really feel sorry about it. And our deepest condolences for you and for your family, John. We're always with you in here.
I want to say just stay strong, and everything will pass, God willing. And please, guys, all pray for John and his family. Actually, they are passing through hard times, and my deepest condolences to him and to his family as well.
Thank you so much, guys. And John, like Karen says, you need to stay strong. Be the pillar of the family. And now, the Android Basics segment. This is a segment where we discuss the things that power your device from behind the scenes. And now, here's this week's episode, Android Basics. Let's move on now to the Android Basics. And this week, we're talking about Android 17 Beta 2. And we'll look at what is new and what fixes are there in the 17 Beta 2. If you have Pixel 6 through Pixel 10 series, this update is for you. I didn't even realize I got it. It was there like by the evening of Wednesday. So it's like 13 days after the first beta came out early in the month of February. Google pushed out Beta 2. For this session, instead of reading all that lengthy stuff, we decided, though, we're just going to include the URL from which you can read about the new changes and what is fixed in all of the Android 17 Beta 2. So look in our show notes, as you'll see lots of those things, from the user experience to some of the experiences that were having difficulties, most especially in older devices like the Pixel 6, that got fixed with this release. So make reference to the show notes and be sure to hit that link there that takes you to the URL where you could check those fixes and the new items.
Is there anything worth mentioning which is related to accessibility?
No, because it just came with the, even the talkback, I had to update to get the 16.2. It's just like the beta 1 that came with 16.0 or something like that. So yeah, nothing worth mentioning. We now move on to the Spotlight segment, and this week we're talking about the Galaxy S26 unveiling. And we thought, though, that we'll mention a little bit about the history of the S series, because this is where it all came from. And so I'm going to mention some of those up to maybe the S21 series, and then from the S22 series. It's basically lots of things are similar, with the exception of some of the AI things that debut with those series up to date. Let's get started, though, with the Samsung Galaxy S, announced in March 2010, and with a couple in between that and S2 in the way of the Galaxy S Plus and Galaxy S Advanced. Battery capacity, 1,500 milliamp, size 4 inches. That's how big those phones were. OS Android 2.1 clear out of the box and upgraded to Android 2.3 Gingerbread. Memory, 512 MB of RAM. Sally, you like a 512 MB phone?
No.
Karen, how about you? 512 MB.
Well, the Nokia Symbian that I had was with 256 megs of RAM. So yeah.
It's unbelievable that we have phones with 512 or 256 or 128 MB of memory. Next, the storage is 8 GB and 16 GB. I mean, those were big in those days, if you
Oh,
know what I mean.
mhm.
Sally, you had one of those.
I had my S3 mini, the one that I removed the battery. It
You
had
remove the
8
battery.
gigs
That's
of,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, brother. Number 2, Samsung Galaxy S2, announced in February 2011. Battery 1,650 milliamp.
Yeah, there's an
Android.
upgrade, right? Yeah.
Yeah, there was an upgrade there. Big, 150 milliamp of battery increase. Android version 2.3 gingerbread, ending up with 4.1 jelly bean.
Well, too
You
good
like
for
those
those
beans?
days. Yeah, too good
Yeah,
for those days. Exactly.
that was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There was also the S2 Plus variant of the phone. At number 3, we have the Galaxy S3, announced back in May of 2012 in the EU, and I think here in the States it was maybe like in June when it got unveiled. Memory here though is 1 GB, and storage we got 16 GB and 32 GB, and even there's a 64 GB. Battery here though we got 2100 milliamp. We're getting better.
Wow. Yes.
I think that was good. Did you have any of those, Sally? You mentioned you had the Galaxy S3 Mini, right? The one who
Yeah, I
removed
had
the
the
battery.
S3 mini. Yeah, I didn't have the S3, the original one.
Yeah. Karen, did you have any of those, or you just say forget that?
No, actually, I saw the S3, and I think the S3. I saw the S3 Mini with a friend. I don't remember if I had contact with the with the S3, but the only S phone that I had was the S5, and it was only for a month. So yeah.
Ah, good for you. Number 4, we got the Samsung Galaxy S4, announced in March 2013, and that's the one I got. Battery here was 2600 milliamp. Android OS is 4.2.2, that's Jelly Bean, and ended up with Android 5, that's Lollipop 5.0.1.
My brother had that phone, and I really liked the shape of S4. That was a really, really great one.
It was what made me a staunch believer in Samsung. It was,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I argued for that phone all the time. It was so great. And I
yeah.
had the PGE device, that's a pure Google experience. And I really liked that phone. It was just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, but the Play Edition lacked all of the all of the features that were making the phone special. I mean, all of the Samsung exclusive stuff and things related to the software were not there. So yeah, well, it was still a good phone even without them. But yeah.
Yeah, it was good for its time, and most especially that PGE version. At number 5, we got the Samsung Galaxy S5, announced in February 2014, and was the very first Galaxy S series phone that came with an IP67 rating, even though it had a removable battery,
Yeah.
2800 milliamp.
That reminds me of one another good times that one those days I had a girlfriend and she had that S5.
Yeah. And this was the last Galaxy S series with a removable battery. Memory was 2 GB. Storage here ranges from 16 GB or 32 GB. OS Android 4.4.2 KitKat, and ended up with Android 6. That's the Marshmallow. You like roasting those things, Sally?
Yeah, that's true.
You like roasting marshmallows?
Yeah.
Karen, you ever sat out there by the fireside, someone roasting marshmallow for
I
you?
love that. My brother is like in the summer. I remember like my brother brought a lot of marshmallows, and we were just roasting them.
Well, you
Yeah,
don't do
so
that with marshmallows. We just
I
eat
don't,
them.
You're
I
missing
don't
a
like
lot.
you
Yeah,
don't
you're
roast
missing a
them.
lot.
Ah,
No,
that's boring.
I like the marshmallows that you put on those not cookies actually. It's a type of sweet. It's something like biscuits and something like
Ulrich,
chocolate
he's
on
missing a
it and
lot. He's
marshmallows.
missing a lot.
Well, I should try it maybe.
Yeah, or else you might as well just be eating cotton candy or something silly like that. You know what I mean?
No,
My daughter loves those things. It's crazy. I tried them once, but that was it.
no, not my style as well.
It is worth mentioning here that this is the very first phone from Samsung that came with a fingerprint reader, and most importantly, the very first phone whose camera has a face detection announcement for those of us who are blind. And so, good things though with the Galaxy S5, even though it wasn't all that distinguishable from the S4, but at least we had the very first, like the IP rating 67. We got the fingerprint reader, and also, most importantly, that face detection. Guys, I think so. We owe a lot to Samsung. Pixel, I'm looking at you. I mean, so Samsung, why you dropped the ball? I don't get it. Sally, could you find out why these guys dropped the ball with the,
Yeah,
camera thing, making it
really,
as good as the Pixel one?
really have no idea. I mean, they should hear us, really.
They should, because they are the pioneers in this,
Yeah,
and they should
yeah.
have stayed in the lead. You know what I mean?
It's like when you're leading on something and when you're just losing to someone else, it's no good.
It's no good. No,
Yeah.
no bueno. Jeez. Number 6, Samsung Galaxy S6 announced in March 2015 with two variants, the Galaxy S6 and the S6 Edge. A third variant in the way of the S6 Edge Plus was unveiled in August of that year. Battery here is 2500 milliamp, 2600 milliamp for the S6 Edge, and 3000 milliamp for the S6 Edge Plus. The S6 series is the very first phone from Samsung sporting metal and glass. You guys remember that? That was the very first time we have that nice feeling phone from Samsung.
And no memory card, and no removable battery. Wasn't the S6? Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. It was memory 3 GB and 4 GB for the Edge Plus. Storage variants here: 32 GB, 64 GB, and 128 GB with no SD card. The Android OS here, 5.0.2 Lollipop, and all of the variants from that period, though, wound up on Android 8.0 Oreo. Galaxy S7, and the S7 announced in February 2016 with two variants, the Galaxy S7 and the Galaxy S7 Edge. Battery here is 3000 milliamp for the regular 7 and 3600 milliamp for the 7 Edge. Memory here, 4 GB. We're getting better. Storage here is 34 GB, 64 GB, and 128 GB. For the Edge models, that's what it had, 128. It's also worth mentioning here that the SD card also returned to the S7 series. Yay! The Android OS here was 6.0 Marshmallow and ended up on Android 8.0 Oreo. That's kind of odd. It is equally important to mention here that the S7 was the very first Samsung device to support wireless charging. Consequently, the S7 would be the last phone with the fingerprint reader on the home key. I like the S7 for some reason. It was the very first phone. I always say this. I think when I turned it on and it came up talking, I'm not kidding. It says, if you're blind, do XYZ to enable accessibility. That's how they all ought to be.
Wow, yeah. Well, all the side effects. Oh, my phone is talking. I'm scared. Oh,
Yeah, and that's the problem. So that people
yeah.
hate that, and so Samsung took it away. But frankly, I really like that. I always cherish the S7 because of that feature.
Yeah.
Galaxy S8, Samsung Galaxy S8 announced in March 2017, coming in with two variants, the S8 and the S8 Plus. Battery here is 3000 milliamp for the regular Samsung S8 and 3500 milliamp for the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. This is the very first device to give up the physical home key for the capacitive home key. Thus, the fingerprint reader moves to the back of the phone. Did you have any of that, Sally? The S8 series?
Well, no, I didn't have the S8, but I remember from my Xiaomi, there was the fingerprint sensor in the back side of the phone.
Yeah, it was that
It was
one
like
with
you always like touching the camera rather than the fingerprint sensor sometimes.
it was like an odd placement of the fingerprint there
Absolutely,
on
I
the
didn't
back of
like
the
it. Yeah,
phone. It just wasn't all that great. I don't know what
yeah.
happened, but yeah, that's how it was.
No, that was no good.
The Android OS here was 7.0, that was nougat, and ended up on Android 9 Pie, debuting the One UI phenomenon with One UI 1.0. Memory here was 4 GB. Storage here was 64 GB. And that was it. I don't know what Samsung was doing. At number 9, we got a Samsung S9. That's the Galaxy S9, announced in February 2018, coming in with two variants. We got the S9 and the S9 Plus. Battery here was 3000 milliamp for the regular Samsung S9 and 3500 milliamp for the S9 Plus. Storage 64 GB, and later some had 128 GB and 256 GB. Memory 4 GB for the S9 and 6 GB for the S9 Plus. Android OS, Android 8.1 Oreo came pre-installed out of the box, ending up on Android 10. At number 10, we got the Samsung Galaxy S10. Here we got the S10 announced in February 2019, marked its 10th anniversary of the S series of phones. This time around, Samsung unveiled 4 variants. We have the S10 lineup, including S10e, S10, S10 Plus, and S10 5G, and later on, the S10 Lite. The S10 5G is the very first phone to sport 5G built into the phone, although Motorola beat them to the punch when in 2018, the Z3 was unveiled on August 2nd with a 5G module that could be clipped onto the phone to provide 5G on the Verizon networks. Basically, guys, the 5G, Samsung was the very first one to have one built in. So whichever way you slice it, even though the Motorola had that add-on on the back, which kind of was a little bit different, because we remember that Motorola started that Z series with modules that you could add like speakers or add projectors. My wife loved that phone because she could project things on the wall, being an artist and all of that. And so with that module, it was really good. And so they had a 5G module that one could place on there, but only worked with the Verizon. So should we give Samsung the crown, guys, as the first one to include it in the phone, because the Motorola was external? What do you guys think?
Yes, and Samsung used to be
Yeah,
the one that does things first. So it's no longer that company. So it's not possible now to say that Samsung is doing this for the first. It's the first time that you will have this in a phone. No way, because Samsung is not doing anything lately except the nonsense.
Yeah, I take the nonsense.
Yeah.
Oh, brother. Oh my goodness. Battery. So S10e, 3100 milliamp, S10, 3400, S10 plus, 4100, S10 5G, 4500, S10 Lite, 4500. Storage. All start at 128 GB with the S10 Plus featuring a 1 TB as its biggest storage. The S10 5G starts at 256 GB with 512 as its biggest storage. Memory here, S10e starts with 6 or 8 GB. S10 starts with 8 or 12 GB for the S10 Plus, while the S10 5G has 8 GB on both the 256 and 512 GB versions. The S10 Plus sported a ceramic back. I never had that phone, but I'm thinking about maybe I should go get one, the Plus, to have that ceramic back, because I have the PH1 phone from, what's the name of that? Essential phone. You guys remember Ruben from the old Android, started his own company with the Essential PH1. I had that, and I like that phone, that ceramic back of the phone. If the S10 Plus has that, I want that phone. Sally, you want one of those? Let's go looking on eBay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I really wanted to have that.
I don't think Karen would like that. Probably it's a little too heavy, right, Karen?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm okay with the glass phones. I'm the person who doesn't care about such stuff.
Well, Sally and I don't care. We just want that big battery. The next one we have is the Galaxy S20, announced in February 2020, coming in with 3 phones, S20, S20 Plus, and S20 Ultra. The S20 FE joined the family later on in the year. Battery here, S20, 4000 milliamp, S20 Plus, got 4500 milliamp, S20 Ultra, 5000 milliamp, and the S20 FE coming in with 4100 milliamp. Storage starts at 128 through 512 GB. Memory starts at 6 GB and up to 16 GB on some high-end models in certain regions. OS Android 10, One UI 1.1 for the S20 FE, later on with One UI 2.5, all ended up with updates to Android 13, One UI 5.1. The Galaxy S21 announced in January 2021, coming in with 3 phones, S21, S21 Plus, and S21 Ultra. Like the previous series, the S21 FE joined the family later on in the year. Battery S21, 4000 milliamp, S21 Plus, 4800 milliamp, S21 Ultra, 5000 milliamp, and the S21 FE, 4500 milliamp. Storage here is 128 GB to 256 for the S21 and S21 Plus, while the Ultra has 128, 256, and 512 GB, and the S21 FE debuted with 128 and 256 GB. Memory starts at 8 GB and up to 12 GB or 16 on the highest model in certain regions, while the S21 FE starts with 6 GB and up to 8 GB. Sally, you had one of those, didn't you? Didn't you have the S21 FE at some point?
Yeah, I
No?
had the S21 FE. That's true. It was a nice phone, though.
Was that the 256 or 128 that you got?
I had the 256 one.
Okay, so that would have come with that the 8 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, 8 gigs. That's right.
Yeah, and the OS here was Android 11, One UI 3.1, S21 FE came in later with the Android 12, all got updated to Android 15. Did you
Yeah,
get
it's
rid of that phone? Or you
still receiving updates. I don't have that phone anymore with me, but as far as I know, it's still getting updates. Like, yeah, it's still getting the security patches.
Yeah, and I think maybe this last one or this
Mhm.
February probably would be the last
Yeah, yeah.
uh,
Mhm.
OS security patch that thing will get. I'm not sure. I know the S21 was ending or ended, and consequently, I think maybe even the S22 or something along those lines. But yeah, I kind of like those phones. I had the S21, the regular one. It had a plastic back, and it was a nice little phone, but a little bit too girly for my liking. I know Karen would like that. Karen, you like little phones, right?
Yes, I do. Although my phone is 6.7 inch and it's thick, actually, it's the opposite. It's the opposite actually to what I like, but I have it just because it was the phone
Because
that
that's
I
what you
could.
could get. Right? That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly, exactly.
The A series don't come like in two different sizes. So what you see is what you get, right? So you have
No,
the,
actually,
or does it have different sizes for the A series? I don't know.
what do you mean by sizes? Do you mean the storage or do you mean the size of the phone?
No, the size of the phone.
No, actually, you get only one. So there's one A55, one A35. But actually, the A55, the one that I got, is bulky. But with the A56, they just made it better to hold. So if I just waited until the A56, that would be better for that. But yeah, we can consider that the A55 was really a bulky phone.
I think the A21 would have been the perfect phone for you. Little phone. The only bad thing about it is that it had that plastic back. I didn't like that.
Well, they are old. All of the S series that are not Plus or Ultra, they are considered now small phones. Like the S26 that was released this week is 6.3 inch, and it's still slim,
Yeah.
so it's good.
That's right. You're right. And from the S22 series through the S25 series, it's just about the same thing in every aspect, battery-wise, memory. Some got a little bit better and all of that. But there's one thing that Samsung has remained a constant on is that that battery, guys. The battery is like Samsung got gun shy ever since that fiasco of the Note 7, and they just kind of shied away from giving us big battery. And so as we move into the S26 series, nothing has changed much in the way of the battery. Welcome to the Spotlight segment. This is a segment dedicated to interviews with developers or interesting happenings in the world of Android. And now for this week's episode, here's your Spotlight. And we conclude the episode with the Spotlight, where we look at the Galaxy S26 series. Karen, can you talk about the S26 series? And let's talk about the things that we like, maybe things we don't like. I want to say the battery. I was hoping we'll have a bigger battery, but no, we don't.
Well, it was expected that we wouldn't get bigger batteries. Samsung is playing it safe. It's like Google, actually. Samsung and Google are both playing it safe. The silicon carbon technology, yeah, because he didn't mention Google, as if Google gives us 7,000.
But at least Google stepped up a little bit beyond 5,000 milliamps. Samsung is just stuck on 5,000. You know?
I guess the Ultra has 5,200 something, right?
No, I don't think so. I think it's still 5,000. I may be wrong, but at least Google with the XL version, it's above 5,000 milliamps. I mean, 50 whatever, 100 milliamp. But I don't know. Samsung's just kind of a little bit shy, but yeah, take us to some of the things that it doesn't come with that we were looking forward to. What was that? That wireless charging, right? We don't have it. Oh, I mean,
No, because Samsung says that you are going to put a case. So why to bother?
Yeah, but how about those people that like taking their stuff naked? I mean, we have some people that think the best way to carry a phone is to take it along with you naked. But so
This
see,
is me.
I like the fact that's you. Yeah. So see, if you are getting that phone, you wouldn't have that wireless charging. Even though you and I don't think I don't know about you. I don't give a rat about the wireless charging. Does it matter to you, Karen?
At all.
Yeah,
I'm ready to
John.
pay less not to get it.
No, for me too. I don't use the wireless charging though. I tried a couple of times and I found my phone overheating too much when I'm using wireless charging.
I think John is the one that cares about the wireless charging. I couldn't give a rip about the wireless charging. I like putting mine on the regular USB, and as a matter of fact, I want the slowest charging USB cord. Kind of stupid sounding, but I'm not into that fast charging thing. But then let's talk about some of the stuff, though. I think Samsung is calling it the AI phone. I listened to that thing on Wednesday, and that was the very first time ever that I actually listened to a Samsung presentation outside of the S4, which was the one I listened to all through and through, and then the S26 series.
So you wasted your time.
Yeah, well, I kind of like what they were talking about, but they were excited about it. And if you're a Samsung fan, I mean, the good news is that you've got a lot of the Pixel features now. Basically, lots of the Pixel features that we had on Pixel that Samsung did not have, we now have those. For example, the Magic Q now dubbed as the now notch or whatever on the Samsung, and then you got that what's the other one? The I know this
Calling
one
screen.
called which one was that?
That the call screening, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the call screen is there. Something that we got back on Pixel, forever. And then another thing, though, the camera detecting documents like we have on the Pixel. But in reality, I mean, yeah, it's a good feature, but if you leave it up to me, every phone, if you have the Google files, though, you could do scanning the same way. So it's really nice that we have that. So every Android, if you want that feature, just install Google Files, and you'll have the same functionality.
And there are document scanning apps actually in the Play Store, and they are good.
Yeah, exactly. So, but if you want something that is just whatever, then you could do that. So what else don't you like about the S26 series? Are you getting one of those, Karen? No, you don't want another Samsung. You want the Honor, right?
Yeah, and the Honor is just doing the bad thing and not releasing the phones that my eyes are on until now to the global market. So I'm just waiting.
The interesting thing is, Lauren, I'm not getting Samsung this year.
Why don't you trade in your phone and get a new baby?
I've seen the values for trading, but they're giving me too less for my 25 plus. So that's a disappointment for me.
You are not losing anything by not upgrading.
I know I'm not losing anything, so I'm pretty much happy about it. I mean,
No, you are not losing anything
there's
except
no
those features, though. But
there's
they
no
will
difference at
be
all
trickled.
with 25 plus to 26 plus. I'm not losing anything. Probably I'm winning something keeping my device, and it's still working great
You're winning.
condition.
Too much winning, my man.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. The S26 series kind of a little bit more expensive, isn't it?
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
the trade-ins are not as good as Samsung used to have them for some
That's
reason.
true. Like
I don't know what
year,
happened.
last year when I traded in my S23 for 25 plus, I was so lucky to get it in a really good deal. But now when I'm seeing for like 25 plus is still an expensive device, but for trading, I said, wow, this is too less for trading in them. So I don't do that. But still, Samsung got my money from the tablet, so they are not losing anything at all.
My take is this: if they're taking everything out from Google, let's go ahead and take TalkBack out of Google too, because it was rumored that with the S26 series, TalkBack is going to be coming directly from the Play Store. So we're not going to know since we don't have it. But I can't
No, it's
wait.
not. It's not.
It's not, and
Yeah,
that's
it's
a
not.
disappointment in my never to be humble opinion, because if we're taking a lot of things from Google, why not TalkBack? I think we need to tell something to Samsung. It's time they did this because it's not good at all. We should be getting it direct from the Play Store, just like they're taking stuff from Google. Let's have the same thing as we have messages from Google. We should have TalkBack from Google.
Yeah, makes sense, but actually, if they are going to include Google's TalkBack instead of Samsung's, and this is not going to happen, at least in the near future, this will be also available on older phones. So this won't be something that you will be getting with the S26. So I suppose that this would be the case. So this means that it's not really an upgrade. So you are not considering that, okay, I'll get Google TalkBack, so I can say that this is a benefit of having the S26. This won't be the case. So, and the other things is, especially with the S26 and S26 Plus, they are really so much similar to last year's. I mean, you can just talk about the upgrade in the processor. Okay, they're using the newer processor. Okay, that's fine. Also, the S26 got a bigger screen. I think it's better. It's nice. It's just 0.1 inch. So it's still considered a mini phone in today's standards. So this one is also good. And also they upgraded the battery slightly. So that's all. I think this will give people the same experience as last year's, because we are getting also a bigger screen. But it's also good to have an upgrade. But looking at the S26 Plus, it's really the same. So you're getting the same screen, the same cameras with the S26 and S26 Plus. So everything is almost the same if we just put aside the upgrade in the processor, actually.
Well,
but it's still
the Snapdragon Elite is better than the Exynos found in the 25 Plus. It's my opinion, though.
Yeah, and we are back. Actually, we are back to this separation that we all hate.
That's pointless. Absolutely ridiculous.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I hate that myself. And to be honest, I think with the Ultra series, though, nothing really has changed since the S22 Ultra. If you ask me, they kind of look the same. So anyway,
well, no, with the Ultra, there are things that are really better. I mean, you can say that, okay, they have upgraded slightly the camera and the S26 in a way that it's now able to capture more light, so it should be better with the low light situation. This is good. Also, they have debuted the privacy screen. Okay, for privacy display, for us, it's not something that we can care about, just because we can just turn on the screen curtain and move on.
We have a privacy display for too long.
Yeah, exactly. But if we just forgot to...
I'm talking about the shape and all of that, the external hardware to feel. I mean, the Ultra is the same since
Yeah.
S22 Ultra. And, this year, for some odd reason, Samsung went back to the aluminum instead of this, what was it, titanium
Titanium,
last
yeah.
year.
Because Apple went back to
Ultra.
aluminum.
You think that's why? So,
Of
Absolutely,
course.
that's the reason why. It's like Samsung these days is following whatever Apple is doing, and I don't like this approach. I mean, this is no bueno, as you said.
this is effing stupid. Excuse my Espanol on that one. Really, excuse my Espanol. I don't know why Samsung is always trying to follow Apple. I mean, Samsung, they've got a lot of firsts. So why not stay in that position like we mentioned earlier on? Just because Fruitvale went back to aluminum, and you think, oh, we're going to go back to aluminum too. Come on, stop that.
This is not the only example. Like when Apple removed the charging adapter from their box, the rest did the same. It's like there are a lot of things Apple doing good for the bad or bad for the good that still the other brands are following the same. I don't like it at all. Definitely.
Yeah. I think that all boils down to the fact that Samsung wants to compete with Apple. And so, I mean, in Android world, if you want something equivalent or something Apple-esque, you got to go to the Samsung variant. I think that's what's going on with Samsung here, but very interesting.
Yeah, and Samsung knows that people are going to buy whatever they are given. So it used to be a company that has innovation, that has something usually to show you in their keynotes, in their Unpacked events. But now they know that okay, we can just say that, well, we have this AI and we have this AI and it's fine. We have this upgrade and we have this upgrade and it's fine for people, and people will just go ahead and purchase our offerings no matter what we give them. So I think when they realize that the general consumer doesn't care, and the person who's getting the S series is a person who just wants to get the S series, and some people just don't know actually what they are getting. So they thought that, oh, it's fine. Why should we care? Why should we try to put the best hardware in this phone? Why should we just upgrade the hardware? And there are areas that you can just innovate in. You can just do more upgrades if you want to. At least you can look at the Chinese OEMs that are actually, manufacturers are doing some good job in some areas, like the audio quality, for example, of the Magic 8 Pro from Honor, the batteries. Okay, the silicon carbon is still considered new technology, and some people are just cautious when it comes to being impacted by heat and stuff. Okay, but actually you can do more. You can try at least to do more, but Samsung is not trying because they know just that it's fine. Whatever we do, people are going to say, oh, great. And the people who are going just to pay money and give us money, and we'll just move on. And the next year will be like the year before it. So, yeah.
You're right. The average person there that goes to the phone store to get a phone doesn't care. All that they know is that they're getting a newer Samsung device. It's all of us enthusiasts that we know all these differences, if you know what I mean. The average person there out there doesn't even know what the OS version is or as to what OS it comes with. All that they know, I'm getting a new Samsung device and the S26 or whatever. A lot of them don't care, but it's just us that we kind of get bogged down into all this, what's the chip, whether it's an Exynos or Snapdragon, or, how much RAM or how much storage. Most people don't give a rat. They just want a phone, right? Takes a picture, good. Take a picture of the grandkid, take a picture of the kids playing football or soccer or whatever the case may be. That's all that we want. People don't give a rat, and some don't even know that there are updates, to be honest. A lot of people don't. I'm looking at my wife. It's me that makes sure that I keep the updates on, or unless when it pops up and tells her about it or whatever, or else they don't.
And there's the assumption that if you update, the device will be slower. So some people just ignore the updates as much as they can, just to, I don't want to lose what I'm used to. This is the first thing. And the second thing, I don't want my device to be slower. So yeah, this is an assumption that some people believe in.
Yeah, some people even don't want to do updates just because, when you update, your phone gonna restart. I mean, some people don't even restart their phone.
Well, Samsung
And
now nudges you to restart. Actually, I had my phone running for about 30 days. Actually, 30
Seriously?
days. Yeah, and then Samsung was giving me notifications that you should restart. I don't want to restart.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Why?
Start that from time to time. You won't lose anything. I mean, you won't miss that message from that person. Don't worry.
I don't want that person to wait for a minute until I restart.
She'll miss my messages. What are you talking about?
Well, your messages come directly to my heart.
Oh,
yeah, exactly. So here's the thing. To be honest, there are things that happen sometimes with the updates. So I can see those who don't want to update certain things, especially in the beta, if you happen to be in the beta. But most people don't do betas anyways. But I can see where they're coming from. But restarting phones, believe it or not, Carrie, I've gotten to a point, and this is probably crazy, but believe it or not, I turn off my phone now off at night, for some reason.
Oh, no, every day.
Yeah. I started doing that last week, I think it was. And I'm like, oh, it's so nice. I mean, it's usually on Do Not Disturb. And then what happens is that the following day, because I'm not used to that, I forgot that the phone was off. And, later on, what's going on? And I check my phone, the damn phone was off. And I turn it on.
Yeah,
and
that's because
all those messages that should be going to the heart, ping, ping, ping on. Yeah.
It's like,
oh my goodness, that's so stupid. So I'm like, nah, this is no bueno. I shouldn't be turning it off. But I just tried to do that because one of my friends was telling me that they turn off their phone at night, have peace and quiet. And I'm like, well, it's on Do Not Disturb.
I don't turn on, I don't turn off, but I do turn on the Do Not Disturb just because, why not? I mean, getting a lot of messages in the middle of the night. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have it. So
yeah, but you can mute notifications.
Well, no,
especially when you're using Samsung.
Oh yeah.
And my Do Not Disturb, comes on automatically at 10 p.m. and I don't, and you guys know me, I have my notifications turned off except for my messages, Google Messages and Telegram and WhatsApp. I have my WhatsApp turned off. I don't have many conversations on WhatsApp anyway. So, but so when I turn it on, that I turn off at night, that I started doing last week, now I'm going back to regular. I turn it back on, and I get all this, notification from messages and Telegram. So, very interesting.
Well, actually, you're just going the radical thing and turning off the phone. But for me, actually, yeah, it's good to restart. Not power off. It's not something that I do. I don't switch off my phone. Even when I traveled, I just preferred to put it on airplane mode. So yeah, but actually, I think that you should restart when you are forced to, because you have to install an update. This is the first one. And the second one, if you feel like there are apps not working as they should, there are issues, the phone is slow. Okay, sometimes this is really the magic fix. Other than that, you don't need to just, hit restart. Why to spend 1 minute from 1 minute of my life just waiting for the phone to turn off and then turn on?
And then you're missing those notifications, right, Karen?
Yeah, actually, I'm missing those notifications. Of course.
Oh,
There are notifications that can't wait,
Yeah,
I know how that is.
I
It's just
know.
unbelievable. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, Mhm.
Well, let's go
Yeah.
back to Samsung. There's something that we should mention, which is good thing actually. Warren used to say why Samsung is still giving us 128 gigs of storage as the minimum. So finally, Samsung listened to you, and now the least storage that you could get is the 256. Finally, so if you want to get S26, you start with the 256. Okay, they just increased the price $100. It's not really the good thing to do, but yeah, you start with 256.
And I say kudos to them for doing that because, yeah, as you indicated, we've been crying about this. 128 is so puny and so yesterday like. No one should be doing a 128 phone in this day and age. It's absolutely stupid. They should all start at 256, and most especially when we have all these video capabilities, massive stuff. And just imagine that you don't have an external storage, SD card. You're taking those massive videos, you run out of room in no time at all. So kudos to Samsung, though, for starting at 256. I hope Google does that. But knowing Google, no, I don't think they would because they want you to buy that cloud storage, right?
Exactly. This is what the Fruitwell does as well. Like you get this, if you want to do this, just go and purchase the cloud storage.
No,
Yeah.
I think with the iPhone 17, you start with 256, right? Isn't that the case?
I don't really know about.
I don't know. I
brand.
don't give a rat about Fruitvale.
Yeah.
I'm only concerned about what happens here in the world of
No,
Android.
I think
Exactly.
because Apple started it with iPhone 17, so I'm sure that this is the case because Samsung.
Samsung,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, at least we got a good thing though from the Fruitvale. At least they forced Samsung to give us a 256 as the base model, which is good. And Google, don't be stubborn. Let's do the same thing, shall we?
And one thing to mention here is the fast charging. Samsung used to be stubborn here and say, we don't want to put fast charging. Actually, something, my phone supports 25 watts charging, which is nothing in today's standards. I mean, if you look at other companies, and when you connect the charger, you see that notification, super fast charging started. I mean, what super fast charging if you're just giving people 25 watts? So I don't know what do they call what do they have as a notification when it comes to S25 Plus or S26 Plus when they have the 45 watts. So it's something much better than the 25 watts. But what happened with this year? The S26 unfortunately is still at the 25 watts charging speed, which is I don't know what to say here because it's actually not acceptable in 2026. S26 Plus is still having the 45 watts, no upgrade here, but the S26 Ultra finally got something, and now it supports, I think, 60 watt charging speed. 60 watts, yeah, is it 60, yeah?
60, yeah.
Yeah, it's better than the 45 watts, but it's still, if we look at other companies, the offering of other companies, especially Chinese ones, it's still not actually the best, but it's fine. I think it's at least it's an upgrade.
So in other words, you could hook up your laptop charger to the Ultra and get that same output. Yeah, as I indicated earlier, I don't give a rat about fast charging. So for me, it doesn't really matter to me, but I know people like that fast charging. I don't. And my thing is that where are you running to? You want that
fast charging is really, really something good in the sense like sometimes you just need to have some less time to charge your phone exactly like when you're going out or something like that. It's really helpful, but yeah, keeping it at 25 for the base model, it's no good. No good idea.
And you want to get those notifications, Sally.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
probably
Just like
motivation
Karin
here.
does.
Yeah, so I can see where you guys are coming from. For me, however, I don't really care. 10-watt charging is good enough. I'm just kidding. I really don't care about fast charging.
So it's fine to keep your phone for 4 hours, just
Yeah,
because you don't like fast charging.
exactly. Yeah, I have an old USB-C that if I plug it in, it takes 5 or 7 hours to charge.
Wow.
I mean, I don't
Perfect.
even use the USB cords that come with my phone. They're sitting somewhere in their boxes.
But you still need to say that I don't use my phone while it is on the charger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Isn't that something?
5 hours without using the phone at all. How can you?
Yeah, so see, I'm not always on my phone. I'm not one of those people that constantly on the phone. A lot of times I'm out. I don't even take my phone with me, and so I leave the damn thing at home.
You're like my mom.
Really?
We say to my mom, okay, why don't you take your phone with you? And she says, no, I like to keep it at home. Actually, because
Thank
she
you
is
very much.
usually with someone of us. So she says, okay, you have your phone. So if I need something, I can just use them.
Exactly, Mundo. My point. I mean, so
Yeah.
I mean, I go to town. I'm with Julia and the kids
I
there. What's the point of having my own phone? I want to be talking. I don't want someone calling me. I get tired of that.
mean, no matter what, if nobody's calling me or no, I want to have my phone with me wherever I go because it's like I need to have it.
Yeah, same here. My phone and earphones are the things that I don't go out
Exactly.
without.
Yeah. So please,
Unbelievable.
guys, let us know what you think about it when you listen to the podcast. What do you think about it?
Yeah, let us know if you should be taking your phone with you, expecting messages, or leave the damn thing at home. All good things must end. Thus, it's curtain drawing time, bringing us to the close of this week's episode. Coming up, though, we give you information on how to get hold of us. Well, folks, that's it for this week's episode. Thanks for listening. And now we have John standing by to give you information on how to get hold of us. John?
To contact us, simply send an email to contactus@blindandroidusers.com. If you'd prefer, you can leave a voicemail by calling +1 307 202 9797. You can join our mailing list by sending a blank email to blindandroidusers+subscribe@groups.io. You can join our Facebook and Telegram groups or subscribe to our YouTube channel using the links in the podcast show notes or YouTube video description. And you can find all of this information and more at our website, blindandroidusers.com.
Thank you so much, John, for that information. And guys, with that, though, we come to the end of this episode. We want to thank you guys for listening to us week in, week out. From me, I want to say Vivo Las Vegas with the phone that Karin is getting, the Vivo Vivo Hasta luego, whatever. So goodbye. Keep home fires burning. Sally?
Thank you so much for listening to us, guys, and bearing with us until the end. Like it was a lot of talk for this week. Thank you so much, guys.
Karin.
Thanks for listening to those crazy guys. I'm sorry.
I guess this is gonna be the last episode you listen from us.
Well, at least this is the last episode for the month of February. So, guys, we want to go out with a bang for the month of February. Oh, boy. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Blind Android Users Podcast. Until we see you next week, don't forget to leave us your comments and suggestions via our email contact or using any of our social media sites. Have a great week.